Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kaitlyn. I am the owner of Lactation Lounge. I am a wife, a mother of four, and a registered nurse in the field of maternity. I would like to discuss with you today what an IBCLC is. The difference between that and the term lactation consultant is that lactation consultant is just a very broadly used term. An IBCLC is an international board-certified lactation consultant. This is a credentialed healthcare professional. It is the gold standard credential recognized globally, and it is the only internationally recognized certification in the field of lactation. For the educational requirements to become an IBCLC, it is extremely rigorous. There are 3 different pathways depending on the person's background. Me being an RN, I went a specific pathway. I was required to have healthcare education, which did follow under my credentials. Lactation specific hours, it's about 95 plus hours, as well as extensive clinical experience. You also must pass a comprehensive exam and get recertified every 5 years. I would like to discuss with you the scope of practice for an international board certified lactation consultant. The number one thing that they are unable to do is diagnose any problems, anything that they see. What they are able to do is provide a maternal and infant health assessment. They're able to review any medical histories that you have, the birth experience that you had, and any other relevant health conditions for both mother and baby. They're able to provide feeding observations. We are able to assess the latch, the positioning, the milk transfer, and baby's infant feeding cues. It's important to understand when your baby is hungry before reaching that crying phase. This often involves weighing the baby before and after a feed using a very precise scale to determine exactly how much milk was consumed. Lactation consultants are also able to provide individualized care plans. Based on our assessment, we can develop personalized, detailed, unique plans that are tailored to your needs, goals, and your lifestyle. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. So it's important for us to understand how you would like to experience your breastfeeding journey. IBCLCs are able to address any breastfeeding challenges. We're equipped with a wide array of breastfeeding difficulties, including, and not limited to these, latching and positional issues. We like to help parents find a comfortable and effective position for feeding to ensure that the baby is having a very deep and mom has a pain-free latch. There should never be any pinching. Any nipple pain or damage, we need to identify what the cause of the nipple pain is. That could just be a shallow latch where the baby is not getting that deep latch, any thrush, or even a vasospasm. Then we can offer some solutions to those issues. We can help assess the root cause of a low milk supply and implement strategies to increase milk production. We can also help if mom is experiencing an oversupply, managing that abundant supply to prevent any engorgement, plug ducts, or mastitis. I myself have experienced many plug ducts as well as mastitis, and I am able to kind of talk the way through that from my own personal experience as well. Any engorgement, plug ducts, and mastitis, we can provide guidance on prevention of those, as well as suggestions for treatment of those common yet painful conditions. If you have any concerns about the infant's weight, we can monitor the baby's weight and provide any strategies to ensure that adequate milk is being withdrawn from the breast and taken in by baby. Some babies are fussy at the breasts, so we need to investigate the reasons why the baby is fussy during feeds, which could be related to the flow of the milk. Sometimes it's either too fast or too slow for the baby's liking. Positions can also help with that flow. Latch or even other factors such as gas. If you're breastfeeding multiples, we can even offer specialized support for parents feeding twins, triplets, or even babies, children of different ages, a newborn and an older child. If you have a premature baby or a baby with special needs, we're able to develop unique feeding plans to help those babies with their unique challenges. If you're returning to work, we can help moms and families with pumping, teaching them about milk storage, and maintaining a supply while you're away from your baby. We can help with the introduction of bottles as well as solids, and even weaning. And there are some different meanings that clients have for the term weaning, whether that is entirely stopping the breastfeeding journey, whether you're introducing solids, or you would like to introduce supplementation of formula. It is very important to discuss with the IBCLC what you mean by weaning. We are also able to provide education and counseling. We'd like to provide education and ensure that it is up to date and evidence-based on all aspects of breastfeeding and human lactation. We provide empowerment and support. Lactation consultants will always be a huge cheerleader for you. Whether you're doing something extremely well or if you're experiencing some troubles, we will always be there to support and advocate for you. We can provide emotional support, encouragement, and confidence, help you build that confidence in your abilities to meet your breastfeeding goals. It does take time to learn your baby. Your baby is now experiencing world on the outside, and you're experiencing that connection with them. We can also provide antenatal education. So if you have any questions while you are still pregnant, we can help reach those, get to an end goal there in assessing the potential concerns you may have before the baby arrives. We also are able to collaborate with other healthcare professionals, whether that's providing referrals or we are able to communicate directly with other healthcare members that are on the team. And of course, most importantly, we will document everything just in case there are any issues or anything. We will have everything in writing so that we can communicate the relevant information to the client's primary healthcare provider. Advocacy and promotion. IBCLCs obviously are a huge advocate for the breastfeeding process. We advocate for breastfeeding as the optimal method of infant feeding. And we try to work to create an environment and policies that support breastfeeding. Community education is also important, so we can educate families and other healthcare providers and the community about the benefits of practices of breastfeeding. There are different settings an IBCLC may work in, whether that's a hospital, either in the NICU or maternity wards, outpatient clinics, even pediatric offices, private practices where they could either do home visits or office visits, public health departments, community breastfeeding support groups. There are even some in WIC, which is the Women's Infant and Children programs. There are some IBCLCs that take insurance. Some are self-pay. It is important to discuss with an IBCLC whether they take insurance, or if you are okay with self-pay, you can communicate that with them as well. I do want to thank you so much for following and watching this video. If you're still here, I thank you very much. I support you on your breastfeeding journey. I would love for you to tell me what you would like to see on my page in the future. any other content that you either have questions about or would just like a little bit more information on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be updated when I post any future videos. And if you have anyone else close to you that is interested in any lactation education, please feel free to share this video and the channel with them. Thank you so much again, and I look forward to speaking with you next time. Happy latching!